She initiates an attack at the end. You have criteria. What's going through your mind in that last exchange in the last 15 seconds?
I just knew that she had the ability to get in on those doubles. We practiced that right away before we went out there. And I knew if she did get in on me that I was going to have to score right away, right after, you know. So she got in really deep, and all I thought of was, it's short time. I need to put more points on the board, so I got that roll through that a long time ago we learned that one with Terry, and I was able to pull it out today.
Leigh, you've ever imagined yourself winning this, I mean, getting some type of medal after all you've been through?
You know, I just really marched to the beat of my own drum. A lot of people would say that 34, you know, you're past your prime, your career is pretty much over, and I really don't believe that. In my locker it said a Michael Jordan quote, basically like, limitations are just illusions, and you set those things upon yourself. But I really put it upon myself, and my family supported me. I know that Ben will never lie to me, and he told me that I had the ability to do this. And I believe him because he is brutally honest sometimes. So I know when he tells me that I have the ability and that he feels like I'm the best in the world, that he believed in me before I believed in me. And so it became a reality today, and when I sized everybody up and when I was wrestling against them, I didn't feel like for any minute that I didn't have a chance to win. So.
Leigh, you said so at age 34 you prolonged your career, you're winning medals now. We've had some discussions in the past, so what are some of the things that you've done in order to put yourself in this position physically, mentally, spiritually, and everything else?
Honestly, I've always felt like God was in my corner, but really just recently I just surrendered it all to God, and it took a lot off my plate. You know, I'm a mom and a wife and a wrestler and a service member, and that's a lot to hold. That's a lot on my plate. And it makes it a lot easier for me to just give it all to God and let Him sort it out and just go out there and do what I do best. So that's really what the major difference is in my career.
Leigh, when you got beat in the semifinals, you did not look that upset. Is that just your maturity that you were able to put that in place, or what was that?
I feel like it's one thing to get beat, and it's one thing to let them be defeated. So I didn't feel like, yeah, I got caught and I got pinned. You know, it's sports. You know, you got to be able to get up and dust yourself off and go back out there and do it again. If I held on to that loss too long, I wasn't going to be able to go back out there and win this medal that I have right now.
10 years ago, would you have had the maturity to come back?
I would have cried in my pillow, and I probably would have just barely made it out there.
Leigh, how hard has it been to come back from, you know, giving birth, being pregnant for 9 months? How hard was that? Did you think your career was over at that point, or did you think you could bounce back and come back and make this happen?
There were times when I was losing the weight and going through the training. The military training is absolutely the most difficult training wrestling program out there at this point. I mean, they just are brutal in getting you into shape, and I would not have been able to do it without that type of program to kickstart. But you know, at the same time, I wanted to die during the process. I mean, there were times where Ben was like, "You got to get up. You got to get up. You got to go," and I was like, "It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad that I didn't even know like how I was going to get to practice, how I was going to get through practice the next day." But you know, it was just, I really wrote it down on paper that I was going to go this far, and I just can't see myself giving up. And so I just kept moving forward. I said, this is going to take me somewhere, you know, even if it's just a lesson that you probably shouldn't be wrestling right now, or it was, you know, you're going to amaze yourself and you're going to amaze everybody else and you're going to inspire your family and your friends and all that. And I really believe that that's why I'm here.
How good does this feel right now, right here?
She is messing with your thing, by the way. She's playing with your buttons. I don't know what you're getting on this video. She gives me a ton of perspective. She loves me no matter what, and you know, that allows me to find joy in what I'm doing. And every moment that I'm away from her, it gives me a purpose to go out there and make every minute count. Because you know, let's be real, my career is short-lived. I have until the Olympics to get the most out of this that I possibly can. And it is a sacrifice because I'd rather be here every second of the day with her, you know, and with my family. And Ben, I know, is Mr. Mom during this process.
Leigh, what would you do next, or what weight class would you go?
Let's put this back, huh? Can you go give that back to Daddy? Go give that to Daddy. Go.
Like your father.
Leigh, what weight class will you go next year?
Right now, we still have a job to do. we got to qualify those weights first. You know, I can't really make a judgment call. I'm really dead in the center, so I could go either way. You know, it's just a matter of what opportunities there are. I have full confidence that my teammates are going to be able to get the job done and qualify the weight. And you know, with that said, you know, I'm just going to take it one day at a time in my training, and hopefully I get the opportunity to represent the United States of America at the Olympic Games.
Leigh, you talked a little bit about the military training. Can you talk about what wrestling with the WCAP program has done for you, being with all those guys?
It is the biggest family ever. I mean, I just feel supported in every way possible. You know, there isn't anything you can't accomplish with that strong of a force behind you. And I'm appreciative every day, and I wish that everybody out there that had the opportunity to join the WCAP program would get to experience what it is like to be a part of that brother and sisterhood. So I'm thankful that I have the opportunity that Coach Lewis accepted me back into the program this year. I'm tremendously humbled to be a part of it, because it's not easy. It's not an easy program to get into. So I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Adeline and Helen talked about, you know, inspiring young girls to wrestle. What do you want young girls to get out of this team, and what you've done with the sport? And what would you say to a young girl who's thinking about wrestling or is in the middle of, you know, starting wrestling?
You know, everybody wrestles for a different reason, and I really truly believe it's the most character building sport. I mean, all sports are going to build character, but it's very unique. Wrestling, you know, the humbling and the hard work and the resilience that is gained from it, the acceptance that, you know, all across the whole world, that we're united through a sport that's hard and brings everybody together. So, I mean, I just say give it a shot, and you know, not everybody is going to be. I was obviously, I'm a late bloomer, you know. So don't give up, and just be a sponge out there and never stop learning, and it's going to teach you valuable lessons that you need in your life that are going to translate to literally every single thing that you do.
Can you talk about your emotions right now after winning the bronze? Just kind of what's going through your mind?
Part of me knows that I was able to do it, but part of me is just it's surreal. It's just I don't know how to explain it. Like it's an unbelievable experience to have come this far in such a short period of time. I mean, literally turned it all over in a matter of 2 years is pretty incredible, and it's a testament to all the amazing people behind me and all the amazing people that were in my ear telling me, my coaches, Coach Saraki and my husband and Terry Steiner and Izzy just got on board with my coaching, and Troy, and there's so many people, you know, in my corner just rooting me on and giving me belief that I can do this, and you know, it's just an amazing feeling, and I'm very thankful and grateful for everybody who believed in me.
What kind of legacy are you leaving your daughter in wrestling terms? Can you frame it up and put it in perspective for us?
That girl is gonna leave a legacy of her own. I mean, she's an amazing little girl. You know, I just want her to know that no matter what she does, just do it with a whole heart. Just go out there and give it your best, and that everybody is gonna love you no matter what, and be proud of you no matter what. And so I know that she loves me and is proud of me no matter what. And she's my #1 cheerleader. You know, she's like, "Go, Mama!" And I can hear her, you know, and with Ben in my corner. But you know, I don't know if this is a legacy or not. I mean, I you know, maybe next year everybody forgets that this happened. But for me and my family, this means a lot.
You've been a part of women wrestling for a longer time than most, and you've seen the growth from like 12 teams back in 2003 to this like 40 now. It's been an amazing growth. So how do you deal with that? You know, going into tournaments where like, it was like stacked this tournament.
I train with younger people because you always got to stay fresh. I mean, I think that's part of the reason why I'm able to stay current in the game. You know, I never count anybody out. I don't say just because I've been in the game 16, 17 years that I know everything. I don't know it. I hardly know anything at all. And my coaches have taught me something new every single day. Literally, as I'm going out to my bronze medal match, they're teaching me more, and I'm absorbing more. You know, when I first started at Missouri Valley College, they gave me a chance, and it was my 2nd year of wrestling. And they gave me an opportunity to go be a scholarship athlete. And I was one of 5 programs, and half the team is here today to root me on and, you know, be a part of a reunion. It's just, yeah, and I was one that was getting my butt kicked in the beginning, and I I just kind of stuck with it, and all those girls kind of brought me up, you know. And now there's 40 colleges and universities that have women's wrestling as a scholarship sport. The growth is unreal. We've grown tenfold in 10 years, and you know, the sky's the limit. It's the fastest growing sport in the world, and I'm just really impressed with myself that I'm still a part of it.
You're very skilled at countering a shot where you are able to scoop behind and your opponent still has your leg. You scored on that a number of times, but it's also a position that the refs have trouble awarding the takedown sometimes. Do you find that risky, or how did you develop that?
That crotch lift position is like classic Leigh Jaynes. It drives people crazy. You know, I really just have to keep scooting till they release the leg, and then get behind completely. It's just because they're holding the leg. There were several positions where I was like 99% to a takedown, but they didn't award it. And I know why. She was still holding a limb. It didn't look like I had control, or maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. And so, you know, I mean, I just got to get better at that. You know, we practiced a lot of basic defense, and sometimes when you go out there, you forget everything. And that was one of those moments where I'm caught in that crotch, the old Leigh, caught in the crotch lift position or the crotch throw position. And I was in between basic defense and doing the same old thing that I did before. So it's more repetition to get out there and to be able to clear that leg effectively and get the takedown and not leave those points hanging in the balance. So, you know, I'm gonna get better at it. So.
Any special significance on winning a medal on 9/11 today?
Absolutely. My dad is a Vietnam veteran. He's a tremendous patriot. I love the United States of America. I don't like it when people attack our people in our home soil. It's very profound to visit the 9/11 Museum this year in New York. It's the first time that I've seen it. The architecture and all of the thought that went into remembering those people that were part of that incident. And Adeline was with me, and she tried to comfort me, but I was mad. I was mad and just, you know, full of emotion. And so I just wanted to go out there and have a good showing for the United States of America and to represent the United States Army and battle it out. And I know that none of these competitors out here have anything to do with, you know, with the incident that happened in 9/11, but for me, it was significant to go out there and to wrestle tough and fight back for the United States.